Hello everyone, welcome to James Barber's Lyric Harbour. First person who guesses why it's called Lyric Harbour wins a lollipop at the end of the day. Anyone guess? Yeah. Yeah, that's right, it's the only thing I can think of that rhymes with Barber. That's right. So yeah, this is just something I put together when I was in university. I used to do a bit of creative writing, mainly just poetry and stuff to try and get girls. Obviously that didn't work. I also did a bit of novel writing to try and be a famous author in the future. Right. Okay, so I put a couple of pieces together, well 3 pieces in total. Hopefully you'll find it quite amusing, if not just jaw-dropping and weird. So to start with, how the garage helps us. This is a piece I put together about one of my recent experiences with Vauxhall Garage up in Brighton. So no one works there, has worked there, or knows anyone that works there. So, if your car is running slow, to the garage you must go. But do you know what happens when you leave it with those happy men? There will be lots of fun to be had when you leave there in a cab. As your little run around is a mechanic's giant 4-wheeled pound. Let's hear what those proud men do to your nice car shiny new. And when your car is left with them, it's there for 6 days and weekends 10. The modern car is full of wire, so that doesn't make your mechanic tired. The stereo comes out and disappears with the wiring issues solutions here. Wiring issues don't need the mechanic's training, it's just a boot bolt that needed changing. When you ask where's my stereo bin, it wasn't there when your car came in. Be very thorough, each work is taught, even with parts that you just bought. I've replaced my wheels last week, you cried. Well, not in here, they will reply. To your knowledge, they've shown you your tyres, but from a car they have for hire. So you'll buy new wheels to see you over, so they came off some bloke's Land Rover. You must beware, if you're a girl, the garage is a man's world. Where they will make you feel at ease with gears and sleeves. That's a bit jaunted. Friendly banter, but not too much. There's also a place for a feminine touch. For a Barber workbench for you to see, torn out pictures from H3. To make sure all work on your car is done, what's needed will be a quick test run. So they'll drive it at 90 miles an hour through mud and dirt and hail and shower. When you see your car and get back in it, they've moved your seat back to the limit. They think it's funny and a real good crack to watch you strain to move it back. If your engine struggles and sticks, it's nothing sawdust cannot fix. So then it goes and good as new for about a mile or 2. But what about the leaking oil? Legally disposing it is way too much toil. The mechanic knows his boss won't complain if he just pours it in the drain. An expensive new exhaust is what's required, as your old one is worn out and tired. You'll get an exhaust, that is true, but not the one that's meant for you. Yours goes in the boss's Nova, and out comes his one which is well worked over. Well, I care what goes underneath your hood when second hand is just as good. It's all about the leaks in the roof of your car, like mine. A bit of rubber would fix it, but no, it's 1,600 quid. And we just keep getting it back. Try to charge you more money. But, oh, that's right. Yeah, we move on next to something that's a little bit more obscure than most. It's something that I thought of reading books from people like Cormac McCarthy. It's a funny story. I went into the Waterstones in town a while ago and asked if they had Cormac McCarthy's Blood Meridian. And the guy behind the counter said, "Mate, it's just a load of words." I was like, "Well, yeah, it's a book." Don't worry, this one's a little bit weird. I'll try and keep it nice and brief. So, here we go. Picture a scene in the deep dark wood, in a house that's abandoned and broken, with cracks in the walls from which cockroaches crawl. There's a man of whom tales are spoken. The man is finding it hard to go on. His house fits leaking and shoddy. Well, he has an issue no one can relate to, as his head's the same length as his body. This huge tall man who never left his house, Bobby Bale was his name. He watched TV with no sound while he just sat around, alone when our visitors came. Bobby was born on a hospital bed, but also the hospital floor. At first he came out, and the doctors did shout, legs on the bed but head out of the door. When Bobby was young, he was teased by his peers. Sad times for the large-headed boy. With a body so small and a head wide and tall, his confidence was slowly destroyed. As he grew older, the issues persisted, although there was good to be had. He was the tallest in school, picked first at football. That slide's a little bit ambiguous because I knocked it up at the last minute. So maybe it wasn't all bad. At college, he found love for the very first time. Her name was Debbie Red. While we couldn't complain, though the pairing was strange, her body was the same size as her head. Together they walked around their school, teasing kids who had sat on their own. Poor Timmy be teased for having 6 knees, and sent him crying all the way home. As the year went by, they both got worse, and Bobby grew self-satisfied. They hurt all their friends, and their joy wouldn't end until all the other kids cried. In the summer, a date for the wedding was set, both ready for their one big day. But 1 week before, on a walk by the shore, Debbie was eaten by a Dachshund stray. So Bobby quit school and retired to his squat, living the rest of his days unwedded. Some would say it's not fair, but the irony is there. That's what he deserved for being big-headed. So that leads us on to our last act. Obviously, being a 25-year-old white middle-class boy from Barber, I'm really into my hip-hop. But obviously, most of the stuff that goes on in hip-hop I can't really relate to, because my parents still are 25 and big music. So I decided to write a bit of a rap about something I do know about. It's computer games. Just prepare for this, but it's absolutely terrible. Oh my days, my arm's gone numb, and there's blisters on my back. I spent too long on my PS3, my Wii, PC, and 360. Let me start with my #1 guy. His name is Mario. That's no lie. He's old, he's fat, he goes down tubes, and wears a jumpsuit to hide his moves. To Sonic, his rival. Everyone's waiting for his revival. He used to be good, but now he's lame. 15 years since a decent game. Who's up next? Oh, it's Link. The puzzle isn't it, and he's going to make you think. He's got a bow and a wooden sword, and a Majora's Mask just left me bored. Here's the guy from Halo with his gun. He jumps and flies and shoots and runs. That's about it. The people waited all night outside Tesco to join the fight. But then again, I'm the same way. I sit around and play games all day, like Ratchet and Clank, Quest and Booty, which leads me on to Call of Duty. Get a gun, shoot thousands of men. The game is only over when the time runs out, or you've caught the flag, or you switched it off because of lag. Next on the list is Gears of War. There's a chainsaw gun and plenty more. This is great to play with the boys, even if the main character is on steroids. This is on my lips. It's about a zombie apocalypse. You run around in a great big town. It takes absolute ages to turn around. This is Dante from Devil May Cry. He's a very, very cheeky guy. He makes funny quips when he's in a fight, but now he looks like he's come from Twilight. Next on the plate, we have Street Fighter. This made my hand-eye movement matter. Although it sucks, because there's always been in the arcade a lot of dust was in. Let's go back to the past. Hey, the days when they really last. Pac-Man was all nice and simple, even if he looks like a yellow pimple. Space Invaders, big in Japan. They spent all their yen to be the man. Ships do is go left and right, down a bit and back to the side. I wasted my youth staying in and playing games instead of going out. My parents think I'm anti-social, but I've got Xbox Live, so I avoid my local. Maybe I am a bit of a geek, but at the moment I have heard Black Sheep. Maybe I'll try some other things like standing up and doing all the rap.